As we head into the holiday season, the Make Math Moments team here and I wanted to pause, not to teach, not to train, and not to push the next big idea, but simply just speak directly to you. If you're listening to this the day it was released, it's Christmas Day in 2025, and we can't be more honored that you're listening to us during the holiday season. So this is to you teachers, this is to you math coaches, math coordinators, district and school leaders doing the work of math improvement and math teaching, often quietly, often behind the scenes. This time of year naturally invites reflection. And in a role like yours, reflection can be complicated because when you care deeply about improvement in students and educators, it can be hard to slow down long enough to notice what has changed. So today, on Christmas Day, 2025, this message is about gratitude, perspective, and the community that we have here, we've built here together. If you're listening to this and you're thinking, I should be further along by now during this time of year in terms of my math improvement plans or my classroom progress or where I am on my standards, and sometimes we ask ourselves, why does this feel so hard? I want you to hear this clarity. Teaching and math leadership is long cycle work. You're not implementing a program, you're shifting beliefs. And that's the fundamental work that we're doing. The fundamental work you're doing is you're building understanding in classrooms, building understanding with educators and PLCs, and the work that you're doing in professional development. You're aligning systems that were never designed to move together, and that is hard. And that kind of work rarely feels clean, and it rarely feels efficient. So most days it feels slow, and it feels messy, and it feels like 2 steps forward and sometimes 1 step backwards. You're holding this vision that others may not fully see yet. You're navigating resistance that isn't always loud but shows up in inertia. And you're often expected to produce results before the system has had time to actually change. And if this year at this time of year stretched you, if it required more patience than you expected, if it asked you to sit in uncertainty longer than you really wanted to, that doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. It means that you're doing real work. That's the real work here. One of the biggest challenges in math leadership is recognizing wins when they don't look dramatic. It's sometimes boring work. It's sometimes work that's not flashy. It's not like the big show. So let me offer a different lens. The wins you're looking for. A win might be, if you're a math coach or coordinator, a principal asking better math questions than they did last year. Teachers debating strategies instead of answers, or just how to get this next resource. Could be a PLC conversation that lingered on student thinking and looked at student artifacts instead of focusing on pacing. It could have been fewer initiatives, but deeper follow-through. A shared language that emerges, and it has been emerging, even when it's still imperfect. Some of the most important wins don't show up in the dashboards. They don't show up in the data right away. They show up in confidence, consistency, and the quality of the conversations happening behind closed doors and in closed meetings. If instruction feels uneven right now, that may not be your failure. It's not a failure at all. It may be a system in transition, and that matters. That's the work of math improvement. Whether we're in the classroom trying to strive for math improvement as a teacher leader, principal striving for math improvement in our buildings, or coordinator striving for math improvement across a collection of schools, or even a state trying to strive for math improvement across an entire state. One thing we've learned over the years, over and over again, is that math leadership can feel incredibly isolating. You see everyone else's polished success stories. You hear about what other districts are doing, and it's easy to assume you're the only one still navigating uncertainty. But here's the truth. Everyone you admire has the messy middle moments. We've had the messy middle moments. Everyone doing meaningful math improvement has questioned themselves, and no one sustains this work alone. That's why we've tried to build communities here at Make Math Moments. We've tried to build this community of podcast listeners. We've tried to build the community in our annual virtual summit. We host our monthly sessions on building capacity to try to build community and our capacity so that we're positioned to do this work in our classrooms. Every month we bring the leaders who are part of the leadership program that we're hosting here at the Make Math Moments team together every month so that we can create that community. The communities exist not to perform, not to compete, but to remind each other that progress is happening and when it's quiet, even when it's quiet. Your story matters. Your perspectives matter. And your wins, especially small ones, deserve to be heard. So I want to model what we're about to ask you if you will indulge us by sharing a few of my own wins. One win for me this year has been watching leaders move from asking, what resource should we buy next? Which is a typical question we get asked when first approached, to asking, what understanding are we actually trying to build? Another win has been seeing districts shift away from the one-off PD model towards the systems that are designed to last. I recently heard James Clear, who's the author of Atomic Habits, say that goals are for people who are concerned about winning once, whereas systems are for people who are concerned about winning consistently. And that's what we're seeing in our community. People are committed to building the systems. On a personal level, a win has been staying committed to this long-term work, even when quicker paths were available. And maybe the biggest win of all has been hearing from leaders who say, I finally feel clarity instead of overwhelm. That tells me the work is landing where it matters the most. Now, we want to invite you into this moment. Here's the ask. It's simple. Take 1 minute. Open the voice recorder on your phone right now and record your biggest win from the year so far. It could be personal, it could be professional, it could be small, it could be unfinished. Then take a moment and email that audio file to us at admin@makemathmoments.com or reply to any of the emails you've gotten from us and let us know. Here's my win for 2025 so far. We'd love to share these wins back to the community so no one feels like they're doing this work alone. And I think that's important. Your voice might be exactly what someone else needs to hear right now at this time of year. As we head into the holidays, we want you to hear this. You don't need to fix everything this year. You don't need to carry the system on your own shoulders. And you don't need to earn rest. Rest is not quitting. Reflection is not falling behind. Community is not a luxury. It's how this work becomes sustainable. Thank you. Thank you for the care you bring to math education. Thank you for the patience this work demands. And thank you for being part of a community that believes math and the people who teach it truly matter. From all of us here at Making Math Moments That Matter, we wish you rest, renewal, and a holiday season filled with moments that matter.